creative way you've followed your parents' rules just to annoy them? My mom had one rule she enforced harder than anything else when I was growing up. If you made a mess, you cleaned it up immediately. Not later. Not after dinner. Immediately. She had this phrase she repeated constantly. Everything has a place, and everything goes back to its place. At first I didn't care, but when I was 14, she started using that rule against me for absolutely everything. Leave one glass on the counter, put it back. Take off your hoodie on the couch, put it away. Drop one potato chip. Apparently that required a full-scale cleanup operation. So eventually I decided to become the most obedient daughter on earth. The first thing I did was start putting everything back exactly where it came from. Mom would hand me the TV remote and say, "Can you turn this up?" I'd press the button, then immediately walk across the room and place the remote back on the exact corner of the coffee table. She'd stare at me. "What are you doing? Everything has a place." The next day she asked me to get her a spoon while she was cooking. I brought her the spoon. She used it to taste the sauce, then put it down beside the stove. I waited 3 seconds. Then I picked it up and carried it back to the drawer. Mom turned around. "Why did you do that?" I shrugged. "Everything goes back to its place." My dad started laughing. Mom did not. That's when I realized I had found something special. So I escalated. A few days later, my little brother borrowed my phone charger. When he finished, he left it on the kitchen counter. I picked it up, unplugged the charger from the wall, wrapped the cord perfectly, and returned it to my bedroom. Then I stood there staring at him. He said, "What? You made use of an object." The object has now been returned to its designated location. He looked at me like I had joined a cult. My mom told me to stop being dramatic. I said, "I'm literally following your rules." That became my answer to everything. Then came the laundry incident. Mom always complained that we left clean clothes sitting in the laundry basket instead of putting them away. So one Saturday she told me, "When you're done folding those, put every single thing where it belongs." I looked her straight in the eye. "Of course, mother." Big mistake. An hour later, she walked into her bedroom and found me holding one of Dad's socks. "Where does this go?" I asked. "In your father's drawer." I nodded and walked away. 30 seconds later, I came back holding another sock. And this? Same drawer. Another 30 seconds. A t-shirt. "Where does this go?" She sighed. "The closet." I disappeared. Then I returned holding one of her scarves. Designated location? She stared at me. "Are you serious?" "I'm making sure everything goes back to its place." For the next 45 minutes, I asked her where every single item belonged. One sock at a time. One shirt at a time. One pair of underwear at a time. My dad was crying, laughing in the living room. Mom was one question away from throwing the laundry basket at me. But I still wasn't finished. The real breaking point happened at dinner. Mom passed me the mashed potatoes. I took one spoonful. Then, instead of passing the bowl to my brother, I stood up, walked all the way around the table, and put it back in the refrigerator. Everyone froze.